Okay, I'm in the dome now.
That's after you.
True armor.
Oh my god.
This is why I like Travels! That was so good!
What the hell was that? I didn't even see
That was my expertise.
That was a harpoon full-on awesome barrage.
That was fucking spicy, ladies and gentlemen. I have fucking trauma from that mortar load. I mean, if it's only going to be a tickle, you might as well just let it happen.
Yeah, I do like getting tickled.
Where'd you like getting tickled, Dean?
My dick. The classic choice.
How's it going, guys? It's Grizzle, and if you weren't already aware, which again I'm sure a lot of you are, the new revamped version of Dam has been added to Evolve Stage 2. Although it's not available for everyone to play at the moment, it's only available in custom, so, you know, we were able to get together and have a few games on it, and after playing it, it's fair to say that it does need a lot of work, but then again, there's a reason why it's in customs, because of course it isn't finished. In my opinion, the map at the moment is just far too flat, and a lot of monsters like Goliath really thrive in maps like this. There just isn't enough ground for hunters to take advantage of, and I just think that hunters at the moment really suffer, but as I said, it isn't finished. I think there's still a lot they are going to add, and I think putting it in customs is just to sort of give everyone a flavour for it, and presumably it's going to be added to, you know, the proper map pool and actually added into the public domain really soon. For instance, wildlife buffs aren't even on this map at the moment, presumably because they're still deciding where to put them, and there's a lot that, you know, most people can tell needs to be added. I mean, that's something I've noticed from those that have played it and what they've said. So I'll make a separate video when the full release for Dam does come out, but for those of you that have played it, I honestly wouldn't judge the map on what it is right now. I know from experience that this isn't quite ready, and presumably there's a lot of tweaks that are going to be done by TRS over the next few weeks. Anyway, I wasn't planning on adding this in this video, but it literally got revealed about a couple of hours ago, so I thought, why the fuck not? But the new Bobcicle or Glacial Behemoth variant has just been revealed on Evolve Updates. I'll leave a link in the description. I will of course do a more detailed video when he gets released, but all his abilities are based on debuffing the hunters. I'm going to quickly rattle through his abilities. So Deep Freeze, temporarily make your melees send out little lines of ice, and if they hit you, they both damage and also slow your movement speed. In replacement of Lava Bomb, and this one also sounds horrible, Killing Frost both slows your reload and swap speed, as well as dealing damage if you get hit by it, and presumably if you stay in its area. Instead of Tongue Grab, Ice Spear essentially does the opposite, and you can actually pin hunters to walls for a short period of time. So essentially you're isolating them. Oh god, I need fucking friends. Finally, in replacement of Rockwall, which is quite interesting, Monolith summons a pillar in the center, and then around it there's a blizzard that both damages and slows hunters. Again, as always, I'll leave a link so you can go look at this yourself in the description, but I have to say, it's going to be interesting. I think a lot of people are going to complain because they're not going to know how to play against Glacial Behemoth off the bat. It seems like he's going to be really good at denying area to the hunters, and I'm really excited to see how he's actually going to play, especially for competitive. He also does have a passive like the other monsters are getting, and it hasn't been revealed yet, and I think probably because it's going to be quite an interesting passive, so again, something else that hasn't been revealed, and I guess we'll find out when he gets released. Other than Arena Mode returning to the game, which I don't think is a surprise to most people, the only other bit of Evolve info that I missed out on was the new revamped version of Wraith. Long story short, her two abilities, Decoy and Supernova, got reworked, so the Decoy you have a lot more control over now, and similar with Supernova, you can now use it pretty much anywhere, whereas before you were sort of confined to a small bubble when you actually deployed the ability. After playing with her and against her, I think it's fair to say that, in my opinion, she is really powerful right now. I don't want to say overpowered because, again, she hasn't been out that long, but I feel like it's hard to decide what even to take against her. Some of her abilities are just so hard to avoid, and honestly, I do feel that she's probably going to have an incoming nerf at some point. I think it's easy to overcommit with her, though, so you have to not be too cocky. But if you play her right, she really can do a lot of damage. She also got her passive ability added called Isolation. So I know some people are kind of confused with this, so I'll briefly try to explain it. So essentially, if a hunter ventures off more than 20 meters away from the other hunters and Wraith is within 60 meters of that hunter, then a number starts building up above that hunter. You also get this creepy black effect and Wraith starts going, death, death, and like fucking whispers in your ear. It's pretty creepy.
Dome coming down. That way!
Let's all go to the beach, Dan.
Yeah,
Let's all go down here.
this whispering is creepy as fuck.
So the longer you stay in isolation away from the other hunters, a number builds up above your head up to 5, and the more that number is, basically the more damage Wraith will do to you on the first attack when she comes in. I think it's the first melee, or it might be the first ability, I'm not quite sure, but either way, if it builds up to 5, you can do a huge amount of damage in one strike, you know, probably a sort of good third of a hunter's health, so you have to be pretty careful that you don't do that, because, you know, it can catch you off guard. Anyway, for those of you that have played the new Wraith, the new Dam and all that, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd be interested to know. And for those of you that have been supporting me and my team playing Evolve Competitive, I really appreciate it. That has been so much fun, and I absolutely love doing that on Sundays, and obviously we'll continue to do so, because it is just so much fucking fun. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. I guess I'll be back with the new Ice Behemoth, or Glacial. I'm not going to say fucking Glacial Behemoth. I'm going to keep saying Ice Behemoth. But either way, hope you enjoyed the video, and otherwise than that, I'll catch you in the next one.
Oh, damn!